come and see about it. Flexing ain't discreet about it. Extra read about it. Say you wanna beef about it. Find out nothing sweet about it. Flexing ain't discreet about it. Extra read about it. Say you wanna beef about it. We gon'
What's going on? What's going on? Welcome to the Chop Shop.
What's going on?
What's good? What's good?
Everybody say what's up, fellas.
Hello,
We
what's
got
up,
Y'all
folks?
doing? That intro is fire, man.
Hey,
Yeah, that's a fire intro.
we got a packed show, man. We ready. I know everybody got their takes off. They ready to get them off, and I'm just glad everybody joining this. Chop it up with us.
Let's go.
Let's chop.
Now, the
Let's go,
buzz
y'all.
is the Rockets. They blast the Wizards. Came back from a 23-point deficit Sunday night, and it was lovely for the Houston Rockets to have a nice strong game like this, comeback win like this for any young squad. It pays its dividends in the end. And even though Seawood and a few veterans did actually close it out, but the young guys got good burn. They had it rolling, and yeah, man, I'm gonna just bounce it off to everybody in the chat with us right now.
Yeah,
Who
bro.
we got first, Frank?
I'm
You want
gonna
to go
go ahead
first?
and rock. You know what I mean? I think the game was, it was a good game. Obviously, we started off kind of slow in the first half, but I think once Christian got his juices flowing, and Coach Salas really stuck with his lineups, it really opened up everything for us. And to me, really, it comes down to the lineups they run. If we wanted to, we could win more games, but I don't know if they're trying to be bad on purpose or it's just him really trying to evaluate stuff. It just seems like little adjustments here or there could make a big difference in the game. And what I was happy to see was that him and Shangoon, with Christian Wood and Shangoon, were able to coexist. So that was encouraging to see because there's a good chance bro gonna be here with us. So uh, it's a win-win for me. If he has a good game, what I mean, trade value, or at least he's growing as a player. So, but I enjoyed the game. Still some concerning things with, some of the players we're going to talk about later on. But overall, I think it was a good game.
I guess I'll go next. Yeah, that was a fun ass game, man. Like, we was hitting some crazy ass shots. Like, I was hype. That like, I usually like am very excited like to watch the games, but like this just whenever we play DC, we going to score at least 140. Like so, I you usually like get up for those games. Um, let's talk about this. When the like group chat that like what he had a nice game, but it didn't move me, man. And we'll talk about that later. Uh, Jalen was solid, and it was just a good game.
I'll step in, man. Super fun game. Zay said that Wood's performance didn't move him that much, and I mean I pretty much felt the same way. Like we know Christian Wood can be an explosive offensive player, right? Like he's due for at least one of these games every season, and he had it. I will say, like I have concerns about him and Shangoon as a pairing on the defensive end, but offensively, it's pretty potent, man. Like Wood is a bona fide stretch. You guys have probably never heard me say a good word about him, but like, there's no doubt the guy can shoot his ass off, man, and that's a really good thing to have alongside Shangoon. So we'll see how it goes next year, man. But like, if that was any kind of preview, I don't know. I'm willing to change my mind again on Christian Wood, but it's going to take more than one game.
Could I say that he
I
might be getting into a groove, or is this just a blip on the radar?
Man, and it's hard to
Anybody?
tell, man, because like I just feel like with him, it's so matchup dependent. Like Porzingis, he tall, but he don't have no girth on him. So we've seen big teams with being big guys that like he's struggles with, especially when his 3 pointer not not falling. So um we we have to see this consistently, man.
All right. All right. Can we table the Christian Woods talk, because we got a whole section on Christian Wood? We gonna get at. You know what I
True.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
as far as the
Yeah,
whole Rockets, the Rockets as a team. What did y'all think y'all seen as a team? Of course, Wood shine, but what else did caught y'all eye?
uh I see them getting more comfortable, getting to their spots. Some stuff just still not falling, but I mean the chemistry is still not there fully, but you see them making the effort. You know what I'm saying? You see them looking for each other. You see them trying to find each other. So I think that's overall improvement on the season as opposed to games early on where you see guys just like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna get mine and that's it. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, we see an improvement as the games go on. So that's good to see. That's good to see. And
Yeah.
yeah, you already know. Seawood good for a game or two. So yeah.
right, right,
The one consistent
right,
thing
right.
about the Rockets is they're inconsistent. And it's
Right.
frustrating. We've seen
Right.
so many games this year where they play a dynamite first half, and then the third quarter they slip, and then they play a great fourth quarter but still lose by like 20 because they just turned off for the third quarter. And this game is
Yeah,
not
third
really
quarter.
an outlier either. Like the first half was okay, not great basketball. You don't go down 23 because you're playing good basketball. But then they come back and they really put some fight into it. I just don't know what's going on with Silas. Like, if he can't motivate these guys on a consistent basis, or the ins and outs. I mean, we've talked about how Silas does that high school style full roster changes and stuff like that, and maybe that's where the inconsistency comes from. But I can't. I don't know. We're what 70 games in, and I still can't understand what team's going to show up and what's going to happen.
Yeah, I think that's why a lot of people are still kind of suspect even when good things happen. Because for a person like me, I'm a big picture person, and you can get kind of lost in the minutia of individual games and us doing good for one game. But if you look at the season as a whole, it's been just up and down and sideways, and there hasn't been a consistent thing you could say. Let's hang our hat on this. Like, okay, the defense starting to. So we'll win a game. One game we locking down on defense. They didn't clamp down. Another game, somebody dropped 30. Another game is because the bench did it. Another game is because the starters did it. It just feels even random, even some of the good stuff, because you could be so bad that just by showing up, you just gonna win a couple of games. So
Facts.
it's kind of just
Right, right.
it.
And the thing is, even though we're bad, even bad teams are good at something. You know what I'm saying? Like, if
Right.
if you look at the Toronto Raptors, maybe, I mean, they pretty good at some type of defense. You know what I mean? Their
Right.
offense kind of lack, but
Transition.
I bet you in one defensive category, they pretty good at. You know what I'm saying? So they kind of hang their hat on the defensive side, because that is uh their calling card right now. Even the Lando Magic, they shoot good free throws. I bet you, they ain't bottom 20 in free throws like the Rockets. Like, the Rockets are bottom in everything, and it don't make sense. Like, what are we good at? Like, we're not good at anything. and it don't translate to me.
I beg to differ, space. We good at controversy. We good for headlines. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, the
Good for chaos.
Twitter is for show. Rocket's Twitter is for show. It's a every day it's a reality show.
Right.
Right, right,
Nah, but
Hey,
I
it's
think
lit though. It's lit.
right. So,
yeah, yeah, it's good. It's good.
Man,
I will say,
you go say sorry.
uh, yeah, I will say that like the one consistent thing that we've had the last 2 or so months has been Jalen Green, man. Like he has just been so consistently good for the past like 2 months, man. So, uh, e- even if we do like come away from this season with still out of bad, he has been like a big ass like bright spot.
Those are
So
facts, Zay. But we gonna talk about Jalen Green All Star break, post All Star break numbers. So yeah, we definitely gonna get to Jalen Green and how he's been turning it on lately. You know what I mean? What you got,
right,
James?
right.
I just want to say, man, like I think the reason why we're not good at anything and like why we're so like kind of particularly shitty and hard to watch is simple. It's just like we're a year removed from heading into a season under the assumption that we were gonna have James Harden and Russell Westbrook in a backcourt, right? Like this is pretty typical, man. We fell the fuck apart. Like our general manager quit, our coach quit, our two-star players asked out instantly, right? So this shouldn't come as any surprise. We're lucky to have Jalen Green, man. Really.
Yeah,
That's what I think.
yeah, we
Nah,
did
for
get
sure.
lucky by getting the ping pong balls to fall our way.
Like
Nah,
big
for
Definitely.
picture,
sure.
this is how we should look right now, really.
Yeah, I think we're
Fact,
we're heading in
fact.
the right
I mean,
direction generally.
I think as far as wins and losses, yeah, this is how we should look.
Yeah,
But
Right,
because
right.
but as far as the product on how we getting those losses and the way we getting those wins, we shouldn't this that's not the identity I think most Rockets fans want.
See, and
right,
that's the biggest thing is people on Twitter, they talk about the win-loss record, they talk about that kind of stuff. And for me, it's never been like, oh, Houston has to win X amount of games this year or last year. I have a bar for next year, but this year and last year, they have carte blanche. They can do whatever the hell they want. The issue I have is we have lost winnable games. That's what I don't like. That we have squandered leads. We've gone into it's crazy to me that in Phoenix, the best team in the league, we squandered away leads in the third and fourth quarter against them. We held them. We held their backs against the wall and then just say, hey, it's all right. You guys win this one. We're cool.
right, right. But that's a sign of a bad team, bro. Like
Yeah.
just not being able to close out. Closing games is a skill. So
No
that's
discipline.
yeah, and that's probably one of the last things that you'll see on this hopefully trend of going upwards towards being a contender that teams learn to do is to close out because once you can start closing out games, then and I think that's the main difference that Chris Paul added to Phoenix. If you look at Phoenix before, Allen, and you're out there, so you can know they were in a lot of close games that as a bad team they would just fumble it away. And when you get a guy like CP3 to close out, be that closer for you, then that's really the difference between having a okay average team to having one of the best teams in the league. And if you think about it, all the great NBA talent that people revere, think about it. Who your MVP candidate? What can they do? They can close. DeMar DeRozan MVP race because he's a closer. LeBron been a closer. Jokic, he can put you to
Durant.
death. Durant, closer.
Yeah.
Giannis became a closer and he won a championship for that because he couldn't finish before. So, hopefully for us as Jalen, you know what I mean, that he could develop that. If not, one of our
We
other
see
guys.
it
And
though.
yeah, it's
I
there.
mean,
And
yeah, we seen it budding. We see
We
a
did.
spark here and there. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Fact.
yeah,
All right, we gonna Rock, you got anything to cap it off before we
Nah,
move
man,
to
I'm just
these?
proud of the guys. I'm proud of the young guys, man. Like nobody expected, Jacob to be where he is. In my opinion, man, he's grown a lot, a lot. I think he skipped a lot of the coach's timetable on where he should be. So shout out to him. Shout out to Sengun. I mean, we knew he was gonna be good, but I don't think nobody expected him to be this good this soon. So
Facts.
I'm proud of the young guys, man. Like it's a bad season, but we progressed in a lot of ways.
Facts.
Right, right.
So we gonna move on to the dunk of the game. Check it out, fellas.
Deficit down to one. Matthews good hands. Took it away from Avdia. Rockets have numbers here. Schroeder to Green.
Hey,
Yes,
that
sir.
that play right there. Hey, when that happened, and I was watching, I was like, man, we about to win this game.
Yeah.
We about to, because the momentum was, and Toyota Center was empty, but it was loud. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like it felt like it was a playoff atmosphere in there, and I can hear it through the TV. Like, man, we about to win this game. How y'all
Yeah.
felt about that, man?
I think that's plays like that is something special when arena get that kind of energy in it. And I think Houston fans, we just dying to cheer for something, bro.
Give
And
us a
yeah,
reason.
like if you go to the game, sometimes it be dead in there, and it's the fans are just crying. We a historical franchise, used to winning. If you remember how it was, even just recently with the teams we had in the playoffs, having stars, Jay Z, Beyonce sitting at the courtside, Travis Scott, playing the Warriors and all that. So just seeing the crowd get into it and having something to cheer for is good. I can't wait till these boys get on that level where it's really going to be rocking in there when we playing like the Memphis or somebody. I don't know who's going to be our competition in a couple years. When we play
Fucking
Orlando,
members.
you know what I mean? Orlando,
Yeah.
Houston in the finals, something stupid like that. But yeah, bro,
OKC in
that's
the
what that's
conference
going to be.
finals. That
There
feels
we
like a thing
go.
that's
Western
likely to
Conference
happen.
Finals, OKC versus Houston. That'll
Yeah,
be lit. That'll be
it would
lit.
be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah,
Like
facts.
we just have like when was the like last like guard that we had that could do like shit like that? Like how Jalen and Gup do. Like it's been a while. Like um with James, like see what have a dunk like was every like 10 games, but we haven't had a guard that can like sky like that
But
since who?
real.
Since
Steve
yeah,
Francis.
yeah.
Steve
So
Francis, man.
it's the been a while. So uh, it's just look the whole the different feel to like this team. So it's cool to have.
For sure, for sure. We're gonna keep it rolling right now with the shot of no.
Don't get me wrong. Right now, Porzingis is no slouch, but you've just been seeing it. Oh, there you go.
Hey, Christian Wood set the tone with that one right there, man. He got tired of getting pushed around. Porzingis was babying him at first. And that's something you want to see, man. Like how somebody gonna respond when they get punched in the mouth and hit the
Man,
and hit the mat.
I
Yeah.
thought that
Shout
was
out
a
to
really key
Seawood,
thing
man.
last night. Was the way that like the first half, the center matchup fucked us, and then in the second half, it was our matchup. Like that was how the game shifted. Really, it all happened at the 5 spot.
Facts.
Yeah. Shout out to Seawood, man. He showed he had some dog in him. That's what I like to see, man.
And that was the play that swung the game, bro. Because
Exactly.
literally the energy just changed, and I just want it. You know, what I mean, I know we're gonna talk about. That's what I need, bro. If he could bottle that up and dish that out, hell, 75% of the time, bro.
Right.
Yeah, welcome to Houston,
Facts.
bro. That's
Yeah.
you know what I mean. But
Since we own Seawood, Here's the shot of the game.
For Christian Wood, too, he has never been in this situation before. Stop it.
Risky.
Heat
Bro,
check.
that shit,
Nuts.
Heat
was
that was some
check. That was the ultimate heat
side
check.
step, half court three. Damn.
Yeah.
There are
Hey,
people in our
when he
fandom.
hit that, I was like, no way. Seawood is on a
Yeah.
whole nother level. I ain't gonna lie.
No
I
way.
never thought I would see this from Seawood. Not like bang, 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 bang. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I would think
Yeah.
it was a couple of clanks in there somewhere. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
And he banged all of them. I was like,
Have
my mouth was
y'all,
dropped, bro.
There are people
have
in
y'all
our
seen?
fandom
Oh yeah.
who want to cut him. There are people in our fandom who say, I will trade him for cap relief. Are you kidding me here?
Yeah, that's
Okay,
That's
that's
some
we gon'
fucked
childish,
up
bro.
we
ass
gon'
shit.
we gonna address that. We're gonna address
That's
that.
childish.
All right, and since we already on Seawood, the player of the game.
Wood on Hachimura. Into the lane, the help, the foul. And the new career high. +1 on the way.
That's when you know he muscling people.
Yeah, he
That's
was
when you
on,
know
man.
he was
Different.
in a
Right,
different bag last
He
night.
was
You know
on,
what I'm
man.
right,
saying?
right.
Usually he'll do that and throw his hands up and like you know what I'm saying, try to
Yeah,
get the foul. You know what I'm saying? He
Yeah.
finished through contact. Like,
right,
Hey,
right.
hey, space. That's all the clips for the game we got.
yeah.
We don't have a coach of the game segment.
Come on.
Not
Hey,
Y'all better
not as
stop,
of yet,
man.
Rod. Not
hey,
of
Y'all
yet,
better
Rod.
stop, man.
hey.
Y'all better
If it
stop that, man.
if it's a coach of the game, bro, it's probably gonna be Lucas. I ain't gonna lie, because he was
Bro,
up.
stop, bro.
Hey, because
Uh,
he was up coaching. I
Damn.
mean, I don't know, bro, but
How the hell
nah.
Lucas get it over the coach, man? Come
Because
on,
he
nah.
do, bro. He talks to the players. He's involved with them. You know, Coach Silas is the silent type, and you know what I mean. And that's just his demeanor, bro. But nah, you know, we'll talk about Coach Silas probably towards the end of the year, bro. We probably got to
yeah.
look back and
We
see
Right,
got
right.
to. We got
that
We
to.
have
big
We gotta
to.
picture.
digest this season first
We gonna
before
Yeah,
see if
we
he's smiling at the end.
yeah, that man. I don't know who said it, but they said he looked like Obama after the second term, bro.
I don't know
Looking
Man.
like
who
Yeah,
said
within
that.
like
Man.
Who
one
said
year,
for
like
apathetic?
a
sure.
calendar year, bro. This man hair, bro. He looked like he smoked squares
Thanks.
after every game and everything, bro. Like,
Yeah. Bro stressed. Bro
Yeah,
stressed.
that's
bro.
crazy.
Hey,
Yeah.
um, so like with the way that like Wood like made decent get shots, um, have y'all seen that LeBron game? I think it was in like 2009 when he played, but I think it was the Bucks, and she had like 55 on like nine like threes and fuck it, dude was putting up from like half court. So like that like reminded me of that game. So
Whoa, Zay,
if
hold
y'all
on. He
like
reminded you of King
seven,
James?
That boy said LeBron.
yeah, like but like just how like he made his like 3 pointers. Like just go back and watch it. Like like them was some crazy ass shots.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
so we got a mini
Okay.
LeBron on our hands.
Nah,
Supermax.
nah.
Nah,
Supermax.
nah.
So
There to
so
see some
Say
Supermax.
all
passion,
that.
man, you know.
So
That
keeping it
that
on
to say all
Wood,
that.
would you keep him?
Hey, hold on, Space. Let me start this one off, bro.
Go
Because
ahead. You got it.
I told y'all last week Wood was gonna be on this team. He should have been in y'all starting five last week. You know what I'm saying?
You
Hey
said that.
man,
Right.
Wood is just it's Christian Wood, man. Hey, Vengeance Wood. Shout out to Vengeance Wood, the Twitter dude. Hey, look,
Yeah.
Christian Wood want vengeance, bro.
Right.
He heard all the talk. Y'all done clowned him. Y'all done disrespect him when he tried to shout out his homeboy. He say nah.
No, bro.
Hey, I told y'all, hey, after All Star break, I really seen a change in dude though. Like you can see he kind of more reserved. You can see he kind of taking a step back, but he
Right.
also is trying to still be a dog at the same time. So
Right.
I respect that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? As
Yeah,
opposed to him early on in the season, you know, he
That's
was
all.
just doing all kind of BS.
yeah.
So, hey man, I would keep him for another year, bro. I would give Wood another year to show me something, bro.
All right, all right.
I'll say
My
this.
bad. I forgot we were supposed to transition to somewhere else. I forgot. We have a hater alert, or
Uh
is he
oh.
a hater?
Oh
Oh,
no.
You
Oh.
know,
Oh.
your boy Bill Simmons had some choice words for the Houston Rockets and their organization. Let's see what he was talking about.
I just the Christian Wood second with Chet Holmgren. Where do we want Paolo to go? Don't say Houston. Him just trading possessions with Jalen Green kind of worries me.
Look, I'm just going to tell you right now, I don't want anyone that I like to go to Houston.
Yeah, I'm with you. Is that a bad thing to say?
No.
I don't like the culture there at all.
No, and it's not even on the coach. It's not Jalen. I just the Christian Wood, Kevin Porter Jr. dynamic.
Yeah, those guys have to go.
So if they were gone,
Yeah.
then yeah, Paolo, Jalen Green, Sengun, a little Usman in there.
I have for Paolo, I have Indy. I have Indy moving up into the top 3 and striking oil with Paolo, and then he gets to play with Halliburton and Brogdon. I like that fit.
Yeah, because I think people are going to think it's just me being anti-Houston again. It isn't. It's just I don't like young guys that are in situations where it's just older guys that don't want them there or don't want them to shoot.
Well, we like Jalen Green and we like Şengün and we like Gordon. I'm not a Porter guy and I'm not a Wood guy.
There you go. Well said.
All right.
Man.
So how do y'all? What did that make y'all feel like?
I mean, at some points he hit on. Some points I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? Talking about culture. I mean, how do you even talk about a culture of a team that's 2 years old? Because this is not Daryl Morey's team. This is not James Harden's team. I can't talk about culture, and I watch this team more religiously than Bill Simmons does. Just throwing it out there. If you guys can, tell me I'm an ass face. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Talk that talk, Alan.
So for me, good. Go ahead, bro.
Oh no, you go.
Yeah, so like, I didn't even like him like to begin with, but he like did say some stuff that we like can't like turn down, I guess. Like at some point we do have to make a decision on them. So yeah, but he like spews Rockets hate. So it's hard to like take what he says about us. So I'm like, so.
No, that's facts.
Let me step in, man. I fucking Bill Simmons pisses me off, man. So he says we have a bad culture, right? And it's because of Christian Wood and Kevin Porter Jr. Okay, how are we going to change that? By bringing in new players, right? So for the boys to say, like, I don't want to see anyone I like go to Houston because of the guys on the current roster, it's like, how's anything going to change until we get new blood in? You know what I'm saying? Like, and when these guys come through, man, they're landing on a team for probably the first 7 years of their career. So who cares who's on the team, like, right now? You know, like, if Paulo Banchero is as good as we're hoping, he'll probably push Wood out the door, And if Chet Holmgren's as good as we're hoping, he'll probably compliment Wood because he can make up for his defensive deficiencies. So it's like, it's just so irrelevant. I hate it, man. How can you say I don't want any of the guys I like to go to one team and be a professional journalist? Like,
yeah,
it's
that's
Fuck
homerism
that.
or bias. That's bias at its fullest. I
So the
think
issue,
I'm conflicted. I'm kind of conflicted with this. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the messenger.
yeah,
You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? It's the
Exactly.
messenger. Like I can't totally disagree with everything he said because even as Rockets fans, we did have our own disagreements and our own doubts about Christian Wood and Kevin Porter Jr. whenever they had their little blow up and one leave and one get benched. So we gotta realize like these guys they don't really pay attention to us like that to know all the nuances of everyday Rockets life. They get the ticker, they get the breaking news, and even if it's not good, we probably usually not even gonna be on any type of national thing. We only get negative press anyway. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
I don't
right.
even I'm not surprised that it was negative what he was saying because it is Bill Simmons and it is national media and we are still the Rockets. You know what I mean? Like so
Regardless.
that's the regardless, we gonna catch flack no matter what we do. You know, like the John Wall situation. Yeah, New York, they can bench Kimba, no problem. Oh, that's just what they want to do. But we do it. Oh, it's something bad. Like the Rockets are dumb. They wasting John Wall. It's never good. Never a good twist on on any type of Rocket subject nationally.
That
So
Right.
Houston, hey, bro.
yeah, but
Yeah.
he do bring up valid points. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you eating a steak, but it's presented on a trash can lid.
I remember
Ribeye.
that Cosby reference. That's a good Cosby reference.
Yeah, you see what I mean?
Hey, I'm gonna say like, okay, so I when I would listen to that to him, I've been listening to Bill Simmons for forever, even through all the Harden hate and everything. And one thing I'll say, he definitely does not like Houston. Him and Russillo do not like Houston, but I think one thing we have to keep in mind also is that what these guys say and what their perceptions are generally what the national perception is. I think in Houston, we tend to have this kind of echo chamber of us against the world, which, is cool as a fan. But for me, if I was the front office, I do care what general media guys think because at the end of the day, that's what people are going to hear. Free agents, people that free agent players and agents and other people, family members, parents, some of these like Paulo, maybe his dad or his mom has a say so into where he goes, like with Evan Mobley. So, there's concern for that, and I can see why because half the fan base agrees with them, even though some people won't admit it because they hate Bill Simmons, but it's a real thing going on. Every day on
And
Spaces, that's all we talk about is
Fact.
basically KBJ and Wood, and their integration into the team. So the messenger is very biased, but it's I mean at the end of the day, bro, truth is truth. I don't agree with him though to say like they gotta go. I do think that he is telling the truth that at a certain point, maybe it's turning now, they actually did kind of are thinking of themselves higher than they are, which does affect the development of some of the younger prospects we have.
Fact.
so I want to say one thing in that regard, and this is something I've harped upon, and we've talked about it. You and I have talked about it. We've talked about it in the group chat. But I'm gonna bring this out here. It's like there's no pecking order. There's no shot order. Looking at Jacob's numbers, like he gets shots some games he'll have 0 field goals. That blows my mind, man. And I think that's what this kind of hatred of Wood and even Kevin Porter Jr. for an extent is because sometimes there are games where Kevin Porter Jr.'s usage is through the roof, and there's some games where dude barely touches the ball. And that inconsistency, that's what's hurting us.
Fact.
yeah.
Yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead, James. Oh, Rock, go ahead,
No,
Rock.
yeah. Yeah, Rock, go ahead.
Oh yeah, my bad, James. Go ahead, James. Shoot.
I was gonna say, like, yeah, there's some truth in it for sure. Like I obviously have had my concerns about Wood and KPJ, and like if we re-up Wood on anything over 15 million, I'm not happy about it. But I still think it's a good situation. Like, for one thing, Houston, it's a good market for whatever that's worth. You know, it's probably better to play in Houston than Orlando or Detroit or, you know, like, and in a bigger picture, again, I just think these dudes, like Paulo Banchero, can't be thinking, I don't want to go to Houston because Christian Wood's gonna be grabbing my shots. He's thinking, like, I'm gonna be much better player than Christian Wood, and it won't matter, you know?
Right. No, I agree.
Exactly.
Yo,
Go ahead,
I
Rock.
see some people actually talking about putting Wood at the 3. How would y'all feel about that?
Like what? Like for me, like I will say that like his man to man defense on the perimeter isn't too bad. So I can see like a scenario where they put him at the uh small forward spot, but I don't know, man. I
Nah, that's a
don't
hard
know.
no for me. Go ahead, Rock. What you think? Wood at the 3? What you?
I think, man, hell no. Nah.
Yeah,
I'm
nah.
I
Nah.
threw it out there because I seen it, but
Right.
man, nah, man. We gotta hell nah, man. Look at what he doing at the 4 and at the 5. Why the hell would I put him at the
Yeah,
3?
I don't think he ain't got a tight enough handle and dribble to
Nah,
do that
not a
3.
Yeah,
handle at the perimeter
nah.
defense.
He don't have no, you know, no.
No,
He don't
don't
got
get
no
shake to him.
triple threat. I mean, he like that little pump fake at the 3-point line. That ain't gonna get nobody off their feet. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, nah, I
Yeah,
don't know. Most of the threes are strong as hell too. So he might get pushed around on the perimeter, bro. So nah, I don't know.
right, right. That's a good point.
Dude get
Hey, one
I
thing.
think
Go ahead, Zay.
he went what game was that he had tried to post up a point guard and he couldn't even like back them down.
Yeah,
So
see,
yeah, I don't know.
That was probably like half the games. I've seen it, especially
Yeah,
early on. I think they just let him stop moving that. But I think this can lead us to one thing he is good at, space, and that is that shooting. So some people have brought up the question for Wood as far as, do y'all think right now, is he at the, let's say assume he's a big, we could put him at the 4 or the 5, and we'll look at some stuff for that. Do y'all think he is the one of the best shooting bigs in the NBA right now?
this is post all-star numbers.
look at that.
he's I would say top six, top five, top six. You got Cat, Jokic, uh, who else is good from here?
Embiid.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
Embiid, but his volume not that high.
Yeah.
Um, you
Well,
got
he's. I think he's
Jared
in the mid
Jackson.
30s. Yeah.
Yeah,
Space. Put up the. If we have the graphic for the centers.
The centers.
Yeah. So
Okay.
let's see.
yeah,
Top
love.
top five shooting centers in the or people that have clocked in minutes at centers, because Wood on NBA.com is listed as a forward, but and we'll look at that. But right now we got Cat at number 1 on the year, 41%. Wood at 39.9. K Love, Markkinen, and Jokic, and all of them are shooting more than 4 threes a game. So that's pretty good volume on the season. Yeah, Cat is nuts. I mean that
Yeah,
yeah, I
Cat.
think he's like at 6 a game or 7 a game, something stupid like that, and he's up there. what do y'all think the main difference? Because if we want to keep Christian Wood, obviously you know why it's because of his offense. He's never going to be a lockdown defender compared to like a player like Cat or even Kevin Love. What can he add to his game to let that offensive bag match up with him to make him a more complete player that will make you want to keep him?
Man, he gotta gain some weight, bro. Like, just me being a nutrition major, like I know that like the older that you get, your metabolism starts to slow down, uh, which in turn allows you to like gain some more weight. So like I've seen people say that like that, that it's too late for him to like gain weight, but that's actually backwards. Like he has a lot of time to like gain weight, and to me, like that's his mm, mm, biggest law right now, cause he just bumped off his spots. So just him I want him to like get to like 235 and then still be set.
All right, same question, Alan.
I think he's a great shooter, and I'm conflicted on Wood, man. I mean, if I say anything good, Rockets fans are gonna come after my neck. If I say anything bad, Rockets fans are gonna come after. Right now, I was just trying to run the numbers to see how he compares. I mean, I think the thing is what we're seeing. We see why Silas wanted to put Tice and Wood together. And
Mm-hmm.
we're kind of getting what we should have gotten with those two, with Sengun and Wood, because it allows Wood to pretend he's a center and like play those minutes and really kind of abuse some of those centers by being out and doing that. It's at the detriment of Sengun because it makes him have to space two and shoot threes and stuff like that. But Sengun doesn't seem too displeased with that. So I don't know. How he gets better? Oh, I don't know. He's 26.
Right.
Is he peaking?
I mean, I think isn't
It's
that
He's
the
on the
hard.
gamble?
cusp. He on the
Is
It's tough to
cusp.
Yeah,
say.
that's the gamble I think the Rockets are willing to take because even for you, I'm not gonna lie to you. When I see him playing like he did yesterday, my mind goes places, man. I start, okay, what if we put this
Mhm.
guy here and move him here and
Yeah.
do this, do that? I'm sure that's what the front office sees from
Mhm.
this guy. But James, what do you think about it?
Yeah, I like the way you framed the question in terms of like what can we look at when we look at Cat or Love and hope that Wood could like gain from them. I don't think he could learn very much from watching Cat because he just can't be Cat. Like Cat just has like a handle at his size and a bag.
Cat big too.
What's that?
That cat big too.
Yeah, Cat's big and he's got a bag. He's got finishing. Like I just don't think. Like that, Wood's too far from that mark, I think. But I think he could learn from Kevin Wood, man. Kevin Love, just like with some outlet passing and some higher IQ plays and shit. Like Love got a lot of juice out of how limited he is as an athlete. Wood's a more athletic dude. He could just pick up on some of the little nuances of the game that Love understands, like passing out of the short roll. Finding the second man ahead on the outlet pass, stuff like that. Just passing, really. Like if he could be a better passer, that would be a big improvement. He's really far behind on defense, but he does flash some passing sometimes. Maybe he could just try to explore that a little more.
Yeah, good stuff. I think he did say on the press conference that that's something that he's working on is his passing
Yeah.
out, and I
Yeah,
think
he
that's
did mention that.
which does lend you to believe that he does. Maybe the fact that he's been like a bench or non-focused on player, that his game can be expanded if he gets the
Right.
TLC from an organization that he needs. But
Yeah, he's a
what do you
young
think?
26.
Would you say, bro?
So he's a young 26 from that point of view, right? Like the experience level's low.
Right. Which
Yeah.
I can get the argument for that. Space, what you got on that, bro?
I would think that I wouldn't say what more he can do besides passing, as James already alluded to. I think the organization have to do something. You know what I'm saying? Let's look at these guys that we comparing them to. Cat, they have a enforcer in like Reed, you know what I'm saying, on the roster. Kevin Love, they got Mobley and Jared Allen. You know what I'm saying? Nikola Jokic, he got Aaron Gordon. He's not really a bruiser, but they still got he still can get in somebody's way because he's big. You know what I'm saying? So if you're looking at all of these guys really don't hold the opposing center if he's a star that much. That's how they get hidden. So we kind of try to do that with Tate, but Tate is not a big enough body to where he can solidify that role. So I think to get the most out of Christian Wood, you have to. They was on the right track getting Tice. It was just whatever reason it was, it just didn't work out. So it's not so much of what he can do, because I doubt if he can shoot better than 50, 45% from 3-point line. You know what I'm saying? He can up his free throws, you know, and the dude almost had a triple double, not last game, but the game before that. So he is working on his pass. He had like 7 assists against the Pacers. So I think we seeing what he can do when he want to do it, as far as if they kind of like give him the free reign to do it, but I don't think he need to be doing all of that, truthfully.
So
That's just me.
I just ran the numbers on true shooting percentage of all centers. So Christian Wood is dead in the middle with a true shooting percentage of about 59.5%. In front of him is Clint Capella, and behind him is Hernan Gomez. And so you can kind of see when you go up that list, you start seeing guys who are more in the middle, closer to the basket. You see, like Whiteside. You're never going to see Whiteside out on the wing. And then as you go down the list, you see guys who want to space the floor. You're going to see Al Horford more on the wing. You're going to see Al Horford taking those shots. And so I think Christian Wood is in that tweener spot. And so if you want his shooting percentage to go up, the problem is I think it's going to come at the deficit of spacing, and it's going to come at the deficit of his 3-point shot.
I think if you run more pick and roll with him, he'll get those easy buckets at the rim. You know, since he can't really muscle nobody, run pick and roll more with him so he can get those, 5-foot layups and those monster dunks. I think that'll help out his percentage.
But then too, like one thing that like he does need to get better with is how fast he makes his decisions. Like the whole season, like he has missed so many reads that he could have made by just going. And I don't know if he like thinks like too much about what he wants to like do, but he has to be like processing things faster. So I feel like that'll help this game too with passing, with scoring, and like things like that.
Yeah, that's true. James, you had something you was gonna say?
Yeah, I like Alan's point about the true shooting percentage, but I'll say to that, like, true shooting factors in free throw shooting, I believe, too, right?
Yes, I was
So,
gonna point that out.
yeah, if you want to look to a really simple way he could improve his game, fuck, man, if he could hit 10% more of his free throws, he could obviously shoot, right?
Yeah.
So like that would help.
Yeah, that's big facts. Big fact.
Yeah.
Rock,
Yeah.
what you think, bro?
Me personally, man, I would say footwork, bro. Cause kind of like what Zay touched on, we see him in the paint trying to bang a lot, and we know that you are incapable of doing that. So, bro, Sengun is out there working with the dream. Your ass need to be in the gym too, bro. You need to be in there picking up some pointers as well, because I mean, if you look at it, him and Sengun are probably damn near the same size. How is Sengun able to manipulate the defense and you're not? You know what I'm saying? I just feel like he need to work on his footwork. I mean, what Zay said, his decision making. We see him get a rebound, and it's like he freeze and try to figure out what the hell he gonna do. Either he gonna take it up the court or he gonna pass it. Bro, get the
He
rebound and
takes it
just,
down one.
you know what I'm saying? Like, stop trying to take it up the court, or he'll take it up the court and then he'll slow the whole pace down. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's moving fucking 100 miles per hour, and he's dribbling the ball 30, trying to figure out, hey, am I gonna shoot it? Am I gonna drive? Should I pass it? You know what I'm saying?
Bro, we
I feel
missed
like it's
so
small stuff
many
that can make
fast
him better,
break
bro.
points.
Yeah.
It's small things that can make him a better player.
So
Right.
you had asked about moving him to small forward. This is what he
Uh-oh.
would shoot with the forward.
With the forwards, and for this one, what's interesting, I like what Alan brought up with that kind of correlation, because most centers and their true shooting is just based on them dunking. You know what I mean? And for him, he doesn't really. He has a
Just
drive game, he has an outside game, but he doesn't really work in the post. And if you look at where he kind of fits in along this spectrum that we were talking about, he would be, to me, he tends towards being a forward more than a big. Where because his game is really predicated from the outside or beating with speed. So, like Space, you talked about trying to build a team that would support him. Now, you know, what I mean, that gets into team building though, and priorities on the team. Because to me, a team that will support like a player like Alperen Şengün or Jalen Green may not necessarily be the team that supports a Christian Wood, and we saw that with the Tice experiment.
True.
So, how do we navigate that as an organization? To know, because I really feel like they like this dude a lot.
Yeah,
Like
fact.
you know what I mean? So,
Mhm.
you know, I don't know. I'm not gonna say what they should do, but I feel like we may not be accounting for how much the Rockets really like him, and maybe rightfully so. But them decisions to build around this guy or that guy,
Right.
we think we know, but we might not even know, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fact.
Yeah,
yeah, facts.
I think that's almost with every guy or cornerstone that you get. Like what type of players would fit with this guy? You know, I mean, it depends on how Silas really want to run his offense. Like, what is he gonna prioritize? Wing play or front court play with the forwards and centers? Or do you just want them out there to be just mostly rebounders and bruisers type? It just depends on how Silas want to play it. I think he sees Christian Wood as a 5 because that's where he really has an advantage on the bigger guys. So more than likely, I would think they would try to get a 4 or make those guys interchangeable to you, where you don't know which one is a forward or a center, power forward or a center.
Well, here's what's crazy is Sengun right now. If you're thinking, okay, he's your forward and you're putting Christian Wood as your 5, Sengun right now from 3 is 24.5%. When you compare that to, and since All-Star break, he's been 16% from three-pointer. That's abysmal, man. Then you go and you look at Tice and you see Tice is right around 30%, whether he's a Rocket or a Celtic. So it's almost like you're playing your forward as your center and basically giving up and saying he's going to be your muscle, but he's not going to hit that many threes. And to get back in reverse, we're going to go to Wood, who since All-Star break, he's like 38% from 3. That's respectable.
Right.
It's a tricky thing for him, and You can see here basically how he's been
Damn,
trending
He's
March.
month,
trending up.
month
He's
by
trending.
month. This man is shooting 52% from three in the month of March, which
That's
is
obnoxious.
what is it's
Preposterous.
nuts.
That's
And
crazy.
you could see he's really, if you just look at it from November onward, he's been going up. And I would be curious to see if that November number was based on his matchups with Tice on the floor with him and the spacing that caused. But one thing I will say about Biggs and Şengün, even Şengün, I'm not really too concerned about his 3-point shooting right now because I think, as everybody points out, he has pretty good form, and that's something he can add to his game over the years. But your bigs are only as good as your guards, and it's not a coincidence that Wood started balling out when Jalen Green started balling out,
Mm-hmm.
and it's almost going to be just like when Harden was playing with him. He looked like an all-star, all NBA, third team level type of player. And to the extent that Jalen gets better and Kevin Porter gets better, to that extent that Christian Wood will be able to see his true potential. I've always been of the belief that if you gave him a good guard, that he's a good player, just not on a bad team. He's not a good player on a bad team. He's a good player that needs support and to be kind of guided in his play.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's a
So true, man.
good cap it off right there. We're gonna
That's
move to another controversial figure in the Rockets Twitter sphere right now, and that'd be Kevin Porter Jr.
Damn, Space. I thought my picture was gonna pop up for a second, bro.
You the
He the
you the chaos. So what he is? He the chaos
he's
of
the
controversy.
agent of chaos,
Yes,
bro.
the agent of chaos. That's you right there. I'm gonna
Hey,
have to
shout
get.
out to
We're
Ruben
gonna have to do
Something
Studio.
your.
like
We're
that.
gonna have to do our own. We're gonna have to do our own space on you, bro.
Ah, dang. Hey, don't pull up
Man.
my tweets. That's it. Just don't pull them up.
Go
Nah,
pull him
man,
up.
we seeing Kevin Porter Jr. As we know, he's been thrust into this starting point guard role as the Houston Rockets starting point guard, and it's been tough to watch. It really has, between him being injured and him, the lack of, I would say, the biggest glare that I think to me is his lack of finishing around the rim. Like, I would think he would be way better at finishing around the rim, even if he don't make the right reads all the time. When he's aggressive, he can go to the hole and at least finish. You know, so I'm still indifferent on KPJ right now. Like, I want him to succeed, and I want him to succeed in this organization. But I'm not too sold on the whole starting point guard thing. I'm leaning more to a 6-man role. Let him roam and be free, and no handcuffs on him.
Right.
So looking at KPJ post All Star, I'm looking at him right now, and if you look at his numbers, his assists right on par to where they used to be. Turnovers a little better than what they used to be. Not much better, but a little better. His shooting percentage is down. His raw number of shots down. His 3-point percentage is down. I think KPJ, to be successful on the offensive end, needs shots. But the problem is we've taken those shots, given them to Jalen Green. Jalen Green is much better. Much, much better. And that's where we're running into this issue of who do you choose? And I think it's a no-brainer. If it's the last shot of the game, I want Jalen Green taking it. I know he's missed every deciding shot of a game. I still want Jalen Green taking it. I don't know. Tell me I'm wrong.
Right.
Nah, I can see the argument, bro.
For me, like he's just not consistent, bro. Like with nothing, and like what you want from that starting point guard spot, there's, there's a model of consistency. Then like he he's just not consistent with nothing, man. Like, like he'll play one game, then he'll miss the next game big because he hurt, or like he gets sick, or like he like throws a temper tantrum, or like one game he's fucking hot, then one game still have like 9 turnovers, then um one game he's mid. Like he's just not consistent with nothing. So that's why we've seen so much uh inconsistency with the team. Be 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 because the guy that's supposed to help run the show don't consistently show up. So for me, it's just hard to like rely on somebody that's like that. Like it's just hard, man. So um, I want dude to like do good, man, but he has to show that like he'll like consistently show up.
Man, I think the issue with KPJ, bro, is that he's confused at the end of the day. I think that when he comes out with a scorer's mentality and we see him attack from the jump, he's unstoppable. But and it's vice versa, when he comes out with a passer mentality, he's more of a passer the whole game. But it seems like even on his drives, y'all brought up his drives and how he misses the wide open layups and stuff, right? But if you look at when he drives, he's not driving to score. He's driving to potentially pass the ball. So it's like when he throws that ball up for a layup, it's technically like he's not trying to even lay the ball up. He just doesn't have his first option available. So I think he's just a confused player right now. I think they need to define his role. Kind of what James has been saying. Either you're gonna put him as a six man and just let him score outright, or you're going to give him the responsibility of running the offense and, hey, just chill on the scoring. You know what I'm saying? Just run the offense, pass the ball. You know what I'm saying? Or we can take Frank's approach. We've seen off catch and shoot, KPJ is dead eye. Okay, so take him off ball. You know what I'm saying? Bring in a low usage point guard, like Frank has said in the past. Get the ball moving around, and he can just score off catch and shoots. You know what I'm saying? Same situation like he was doing in Cleveland, if you will. So I think he's just confused, bro. I think they really need to sit down and kind of clarify to him what his role is on this team, so he can know how he needs.
Yeah.
So, Rock, I got
I
a
want to
question.
apologize to some Cleveland fans too, man, because I was like, y'all just ain't using KPJ right. Y'all don't know, blah blah blah. Y'all don't know what y'all doing with him. He scored 50 over here. And look, we don't know what to do with him either, bro.
Yeah.
Truthfully, we really don't, dog. Like,
Right,
no, but go
right.
ahead, Alan. Go ahead.
I got a question for you, and I got a question for James. Does he accept that 6-man role? Do you say, like, if you sit him down and
Exactly.
say, be our 6-man, be our Eric Gordon? I mean, like, I look at Eric Gordon, dude. Without Eric Gordon, the Warriors sweep us both years. I feel very confident in saying that.
Yep.
It's critical,
Yes.
Yeah.
but it's not sexy. Is he okay doing that?
Frank, you want to go first, or you want me to?
Yeah, for me, I mean, it just depends on what the team, what their hardline approach is, and at the end of the day, if you can't ask one of your employees to do something, then that's a problem, right? So
Right.
if that's the case, then he probably doesn't belong on the team. But to me, at this point, my perspective on him, I think the first thing they need to do is kind of what Rock was alluding to is first help him have a more structured role. A point guard is such a fluid position that demands so much, and you have to. It's basically a position that you have to understand everybody else's position, and he never really got to establish himself as an NBA player. You know, had a short season in Cleveland, had a short season here with us last year, and all of a sudden you're given the keys to be the point guard of a whole franchise. And add on to that, it's a rebuilding franchise with a bunch of young and inexperienced, low IQ players. So for him, they just need to make life a little simpler. I would have loved for them to kind of took the baby approach, which is um, let John Wall start or somebody along those lines and let him get spurts with the second team at point guard. And then as he becomes more competent, then you kind of increase his workload because this would have been a 2-3 year project regardless. You just don't thrust a guy just because he can throw a lob and go say be
Right.
our point guard. Like that's not what is going to be done. But for him, it's going to come down. I mean, at the end of the day, people like say they don't want to draft like Ivy because of KPJ or any guards. Hey, we're not at that point yet. We take
Right.
any player we can. None of these guys is going to make me say that, oh, because we have KPJ at point guard, I'm not going to get a prospect at point guard to satisfy him or something like that. It's not there. You know, it's a business. So, you
Right.
know, if he doesn't want that role, then move him out. You know, it's
So
what's
I'm gonna
best
go
for
ahead
our
and
roster
say it
right now.
because Allen kind of alluded to it. Basically, Allen is saying, are we still gonna baby him, or are we gonna make him man up and do what's best for the team? And is he's gonna accept you know, something that he really wasn't originally I'm because I'm thinking he, you know, they was telling him he wanted to be the point guard. Now it's kind of changing. Is he ready for that change? Is he gonna accept? Because you know, I hate to bring up old stuff, man. I really do. But he did get mad over a locker. You know what I'm saying? But and then now you want me to try change my whole role for what? You know what I'm saying? For the team? What team? You know, he he on
Yeah.
so
I think it's how Frank said it. It depends on how they approach him because if you look at it, Cleveland was setting him up to be the perfect six man. They moved Jordan Clarkson to give him more minutes at that 6 man role, and he was flourishing. So I do believe he can be a hell of a 6 man. You know what I'm saying? I just think that what they did to him, like Frank said, just thrusting him out there as a point guard, like, hey, you're the point guard, you have the keys. It's gonna be hard trying to take that from a guy. You know what I'm saying? Even though he was flourishing as a 6 man before, that's a demotion. And I don't think anybody takes demotions, you know what I'm saying, great.
Right. For me, like, um, he just have to own up to it, man. Be, be, because like realistically, like what other team would take a chance on him?
I think his talent. I think his
Probably
talent
not.
Yeah.
level. I think his talent level warrants somebody. I mean, if guys like, I'm
I
not gonna
don't
be a
know,
hater.
bro.
If some guys
I don't
that's
know.
way like we see it with every. If your talent is there, your behavior get excused
Yeah, hold up,
to
space,
certain
hold up, space.
like Antonio Brown,
That
so to
real, we
state.
can't touch on that one, space. We can't touch on it right now.
No, I'm just giving like a dry. I'm just gonna be dry with it. I'm not gonna get soaking wet and damp and go deep dive into the pool in it. You know what I mean? It's just gonna be cut and dry, basically. You know what I'm saying? If your talent level, you know, is a certain at a certain level, people turn a blind eye to certain things that you do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
And
Yeah.
if he show
let me guess.
himself be capable of, you know, being a 6 man or not, or you know, somebody's gonna take a shot on him just to give him a 10-day contract. Just put him in the G League, see if he's gonna work. You know what I'm saying? And then he's gonna do all the right things till he get up there again, and then maybe he implode again. But I think this ain't gonna be his last shot if we was to get rid of him because he's talented, bro. He is.
Yeah, he's very talented. He's only
What you got,
21.
James? Let me hear your take. What you got?
Yeah, man. A couple things. First of all, I mostly agree with Zay insofar as like, yeah, he'll literally get a shot in the league, but like nobody else is gonna give him the keys and say run point
Facts.
if he leaves Houston, right? Also, man, I just want to say that like Jamal Crawford just retired, and you got Trey Young tweeting like, "Thank you, King, for the inspiration." You got, like he's getting his flowers like crazy, and he deserves them. My point is like, sixth man is a revered role, dude. It's not a slight on a dude to say run the second unit. Like a lot of sixth men are more talented than like one or two of the starters. It just makes sense for them to run the offense for the second group, So like,
Yeah.
I hope he could take it. I'm kind of doubtful, but like realistically, it's not a slight. We're not. It's not saying you're a shit player. Like it's an important position.
Facts.
Right.
Yeah.
This kind of reminds me of the Monte and Steph situation. Um, mm, Monte was a high hair too, and once um Golden State decided that Steph was their guy. Um, how long did um
Monte.
mm, yeah, like how long did he last? So um I get what y'all like just saying, but there's the reason why we got him so for sovereignty, man. Like they just what happened to sovereignty?
Right. And I mean, I think the Monte comparison is great because I've said that from from when we first drafted Jalen Green, and I actually was a big Warriors fan back then, and Monte was a pretty damn good player when he was in his prime, man. A better player than KPJ was for sure.
Facts.
And the Warriors had to because he was carrying. No, they weren't good, but he was their guy
Yeah.
for a while. And when Steph and they started drafting all these young guys, the team made a decision that hey, this is the future, and we got to go with it. And those are hard decisions to make, and I think that's really where the Rockets are going to either go in the fork in the road. Are we going to be a team that kind of waffles on those decisions, or are they going to take a hard line and say we're building something here and we love our players, but at the end of the day, we're doing something bigger than just individual people.
Yeah.
Facts.
I haven't seen anything to let us know either way right now, so I guess we'll see. I mean, I
Pending.
got
To be determined.
yep, yep,
Yeah, man. Like I said, I think we all on the same page. Like as far as we want to see him grow, we want to see him with this organization in particular. But we want the best for him and put him in the right role to where he can succeed and flourish.
Facts.
And it's hard to say now, but maybe it ain't with the Rockets. Even though he credited us a lot for saving his life, basically. So that's nothing. Never you want to somebody show you that type of gratitude, and then at the end you cut him loose
Yeah. Facts.
because he felt like we was the only one in his corner when he didn't have no corner. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? So, and that's tough. That's tough on Stone. Like I don't envy Stone one bit in as far as the KPJ situation. Like it's hard.
yeah. But that's like Mike said, though. At the end of the day, that's why you don't develop those close bonds with people like that. That's why businesses have rules that don't allow supervisors to go out to eat dinner with their employees because at the end, part of your performance as a leader is to be able to make objective decisions for your organization. And
Yeah.
if you're getting on press conference, I love this guy and all that, either he's capping or he's not doing a good job as keeping his feelings for individuals aside from the business. I need my general manager to be straight up, not cold hearted, but pretty cold cut about the decisions regarding the business of the Houston Rockets. Because it's not about any one player. I mean, there's 6 million people in the city of Houston. You know what I mean? We pay tickets, we buy jerseys, we support, we watch these commercials that pay their bills. We buy bobbleheads and glizzies with Fruit Loops in them, and we do all
Whoa,
this.
whoa.
You know what I mean? We doing all this stupid stuff for them. Like, bro, we don't care about like how you feel about a player. At the end of the day, it's KPJ also has a part in this. You're a man. You've been given multiple opportunities. At some point, you have to capitalize on them. And for me, like you said, Space, this is the last time a team is going to say, we want you to be our premier player. And if he doesn't get this, then he's just going to be a journeyman. That's what I see it as.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, man. Well, great vlog, man. Great, good. Having everybody here with us. Hey,
Sure.
I like what we have. That was some fellas. You know what I'm saying? Good to
Yes,
see
sir,
y'all
bro.
face
Thank
to
you.
face. Good to
No
see
doubt.
Yes,
everybody
sir.
face to face. We're gonna
Yes,
keep it
sir.
Yes,
going.
sir.
This is not the last one. We're gonna keep it moving. Everybody that's watching, check us out. The Chop Shop on Twitter at HTX Chop Shop. Follow us. Follow Alan. Follow James. Follow Zay. Follow Rock. Follow my boy
Facts.
Frank.
Yes,
We
sir.
all got our niche out here, and we all just trying to represent for our team. And we all want to see the best, even though we got different views a lot, but we understand how to be cordial and respect people's views and opinions. So
Facts.
everybody that want to, this is an open platform. You can join. You can get your take off. And this the Chop Shop, man. Anybody want to say anything before we head out?
Nah,
Hey,
man.
man.
Keep the
Don't
peace.
So,
what? What?
boy said
Yeah,
keep the
keep the
peace.
peace.
Hell no, I don't
Keep the
keep no
peace.
peace. Hell no.
There is no peace
Hey,
on
hey, real
Rocky's
quick,
There
Twitter,
is no
bro.
Rock. Hey,
peace.
Rock. The
What's
shoes
up?
Jalen wore yesterday were they one of the good ones that he normally go off
Yeah.
on?
Those were
Yo.
decent. Those was an unreleased colorway of the BYW,
Okay.
but he's worn those 4 times. You get about a good 14 to 18
Nah,
out
we
of
don't
those
need them,
shoes.
bro. He needs to go ahead and
Hey,
just throw them hoes away.
didn't you update? Didn't you update
Them
your
gambles,
chart?
bro.
Yeah,
Rock.
I updated it, man. I threw it up there. It's out there. I put it out. It's updated.
Yeah, for sure. We
Rock,
gonna
I
have to do
think
something like that, bro.
I
Hey,
But yeah,
think
everybody, go ahead
appreciate
and
y'all,
shout
man.
out where everybody can find y'all at, what y'all doing, who y'all writing for. Go ahead, James. You want to kick it off?
Yeah, I'm on thedreamshake.com, man. That's where you want to go. Check out my articles about the Rockets and shit. And once we get some media stuff up and running, I'll write for the Chop Shop too. But right now it's www.thedreamshake.com.
Facts.
Bet
Yes,
that.
sir.
Zay.
Yeah. My Twitter name right here. So you can go ahead and follow me from
Yes, sir.
there. And I write for the roll call sports. So check me out. I got some that should be co- uh coming out this week. So look forward to it.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
y'all go follow Zay, man. He writing them articles and getting that file. What's up, Rock? What you got?
Man, y'all just catch me at the Chop Shop, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
I do the
sir.
Just for Kick segment. It's straight Chop Shop over here. Or you can catch me on the TL Raising Hell. You know how that goes.
That's for sure.
Hey, time
That's
out. Hey,
fact.
shout out to Roosh though, because I did say that Sarge cleared Roosh, but Roosh came back with a little sweet chin music. So I gave him his props. So shout out to you, Roosh.
Hey, Rock, he commentates the beef on Rocket's
Yeah,
Twitter.
that's our curator. He
Yo,
curated the
Yeah,
yeah.
beef.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you
Hey,
need the
Alan,
rundown, yeah.
what you got, Alan?
I'm at Alan Show. I write for Greek God of Stats and the Outlet Pass. I'm going to talk about NFTs in the NBA. I've written the article. I'm just lazy, man.
John Wall.
Right.
I got
Dollar
John Wall in
Ponzi
there.
scheme. Yeah, let's get that.
Yeah, what you got, Frank?
F Tank 58, apathetic on Twitter, working through the chop shop. Do a lot of data mining and enjoy posting graphs. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Follow the name on the screen.
Yeah, and you see me on the screen. I'm Spaceship Pappy. Get at me. I represent the Chop Shop all day long. And we're gonna keep bringing this fire content to you. Keep the timeline blazing for all the Twitter folks out there. Y'all get with us, man. Lovely stream. We will be getting back with you. Y'all get the drop at the Chop Shop.
Peace.